السلام عليكم طلاب. أنا دكتورة ھالة، واليوم راح ناخذ المحاضرة الثانية لسلسلة محاضرات مادة الرواية للصف الرابع قسم اللغة الإنجليزية. محاضرتنا هي تكملة للإنترودكشن. وصلنا إلى النقطة الثانية between the two world wars، أو we also call it the interwar period. So during this time period, James Joyce, D.H. Lawrence, and Virginia Woolf were highly regarded authors. New genres of novels such as detective stories, spying tales, fantasy, and science fiction were gaining popularity along with their works. So we need to understand that this period was marked by a remarkable diversity of genres and the emergence of new narrative forms. This period also was a kind of uh, filled with confusion, devastation, and trauma because of the First World War and because of the threat of a Second World War. So people and the writers were expecting and waiting. That's why there was a kind of confusion, or this period was characterized by a sense of disillusionment and exploration of a human need. So writers like James Joyce, D.H. Lawrence, and Virginia Woolf were central figures in the modernist movement. They created a new literary style that sought to break away from traditional narrative forms. Their works often delved into the complexities of human consciousness and explored themes of alienation, identity, and the fragmentation of reality. They concentrate on the stream of consciousness narrative, and they concentrate also on discussing the action and reaction of human during daily activities. We also notice that there is emergence of new genres, just like detective stories with Agatha Christie, just like spying stories with Eric Ambler, fantasy stories with J.R.R. Tolkien with his Lord of the Rings trilogy. Also the science fiction, which was so we have so many writers, just like H.G. Wells. Also, we need to know that there is the Gothic novel, which has its origins in the late 18th century, also experienced a revival in popularity. Some literary critics believe that the psychological social novels presented by Woolf, Joyce, and Lawrence have become stale, and that a fresh perspective on life narrative is needed. So they start to go back to the Gothic novel because they think that the Gothic revival offered a counterpoint to modernist introspection by reintroducing elements of suspense, emotional intensity, focus on external threats, which they felt at that time. The shift towards the Gothic allowed for a more exploration of human fears and desires, which appealed to readers who felt that modernist fiction had become uh, detached from their realities of life. This new movement emphasized the importance of observing living beings in their natural environment. The modern era encouraged more women to become writers, which was a good point at that time because we noticed that women start to sign their names on their writings. In the Victorian era, women mostly wrote men name, or they published their works with men name. But here we notice that women start to put their own name on their writings, just like Virginia Woolf, Rebecca West, Edith Wharton, Catherine Mansfield, all these women were writing at that time with their own names on their writings. We are going to study, in this year, we are going to study The Great Gatsby, and this novel was written by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and it was written in 1925. So it is a novel that was written in the interwar period and affected by everything that was happening at that time.